Hello, 8th grade. Welcome back this week. I hope you had a good weekend. Well, this week we're continuing on in chapter 16. And remember, we are in section H, which talks about mountains. At least that's the part we're going to go back and review, because a big part of this chapter is understanding topographic maps and how they work. And we looked very briefly at that before. I think we watched about a 3-minute video about this type of map and how they work. But today, it's not going to be a long video, because you're going to do an assignment that's going to take a little while. And so I want to not monopolize your time with this particular video. Now, you are going to watch a 15-minute video called Introduction to Topographic Maps. And in this video, step by step, you are shown how to use this kind of map, how to use these elevation lines, how to identify just different parts from the key on the map. You know, using maps is really not that hard. You have to get over the initial maybe shock of just looking at it. So let me give you an example. You're going to be doing 16H in the back of your book. So this will all be in Google Classroom, but on page SA 229 is where you find it. Now, you know SA is in the back of the book, right? And so you go to the back of the book, SA 229, section 16H, mountains. And you're basically going to need to read a topographic map. So this is the map that you're going to read. Now, when you first look at something like that, it can look a little bit overwhelming. The type print is very small, and you do have to look closely to identify things. But, you know, there are keys at the bottom, like this scale, and you know north, south, east, and west. And so if you just take time to look at it, they're really not that hard, okay? So you're going to watch this 15-minute video where he's just going to go over again the different elements of a topographic map and how you read them. It's really not that hard. Don't get overwhelmed. And then I want you to go to SA 229, 16H, mountains. You only have to do part 1, map study. So look here, part 1, map study, okay? There is a total of 10 questions, okay? You do not have to do part 2. See where it says part 2, alleged overthrust? You don't have to do that for this assignment. It's just the 10 questions on part 1, okay? This will give you real-life practice using a topographic map. And I think you'll find it helpful, and then you'll be familiar with them from now on. So watch Introduction to Topographic Maps. I'm going to put the link to that underneath the link to this video. Go to the back of your book. Answer these 10 questions based on the map that they give you. Okay, you can do this. All right, make sure you do check Google Classroom for any other exit slips or assignments. Now, I also want to mention to you that we're going to have a test on Wednesday. So that's coming up pretty quick. But also remember, it's going to be an open book test, okay? An open book test. So Wednesday, open book test over chapter 16. And so just be ready for that. I think that's all the announcements I need to give you. Oh, to study, make sure you take a close look at 3 things. Make sure you're familiar with the section review questions, which we've been doing a lot of those in these exit slips. Make sure you look at the chapter review at the end of the chapter. And then if there's any diagrams or illustrations in the chapter, just be familiar with those diagrams, okay? Not trying to spring anything on you. It's going to be the basic information. So make sure you look at section reviews, chapter review, and any diagram you happen to see. Okay, guys, so that's on Wednesday. And then starting Thursday, we're going to be in chapter 17, which is about earthquakes. And that's very interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff about earthquakes that we're going to get into. So be ready for that. All right, guys, well, that's it. Short video from me. Go watch the other video and then get started exploring that topographic map. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.